Hi everybody, I'm Dawn Myford. Thanks so much for joining me on Here's the Deal. Happy New Year. Today is January 3rd and we have averted the fiscal cliff with the vote late last night by the House where John Boehner voted for the bill. Eric Cantor voted against the bill. However, let's look at the overall narrative leading into this whole thing, especially around the debt deficit and what the Tea Party members have advocated for. So they have been arguing for lower taxes on the rich, the job creators, which we know is not true, and asking for steeper cuts to social programs, entitlements, real severe austerity measures, which if we look across the pond, how that has worked out for Europe, we can see that real cuts to social programs have led to massive unemployment and would definitely throw our economy back into a deep recession, if not a depression. So when we think of the Tea Party, a lot of us think of the kind of guys that are out there marching around with a funny hat on and tea bags stapled to the hat and signs that say, "Stay away from my guns and I have a right to bear arms," with the word bear misspelled. That is really not the people driving the Tea Party discussion. Those are the little foot soldiers. Those are the people that are led to believe they are the Tea Party, when in all actuality, the Tea Party really is powered by people like the Koch brothers. They spend millions funneling their money into shadow groups like Freedom Works to drive the narrative around the fact that our deficit is out of control, and the only way to control it is through a reduction in government spending in terms of social programs. Now, remember when Dick Cheney said that the deficit and debts don't matter? I don't like Dick Cheney. I rarely agree with him. However, he was really close to telling the truth on that. If we look at the facts around debt deficit and how to reduce it, increasing taxes on the wealthy is not going to do it. Decreasing spending on entitlement programs is not going to do it. What's going to do it is increasing jobs, increasing employment. By employing people and having them pay taxes, that is where we are going to see a significant reduction in our deficit as part of the GDP. Now, why would these guys like the Koch brothers be advocating for, austerity programs that actually lead to greater unemployment? Get this, I just came across this. Business Insider Joe Wiesenthal wrote a op-ed piece with a graph that was really revealing. Banksters and billionaires alike know that they benefit from a weak economy for several reasons. Low interest rates allow them to borrow vast sums of money cheaply, and they loan it out at a higher spread. Low inflation helps to protect the value of 1% assets. Decreased prices allow them to buy assets more cheaply, and it also creates a depressed economy in which labor is cheap and it's easy for them to subvert any power from the unions that are advocating on the part of the worker. So my question for you is really, truly, are we seeing a deficit debt crisis? When you look at the actual facts of where we are today in terms of deficit compared to our GDP, we are not in a crisis. However, this is a narrative being pushed by those on the extreme right that seek to enlarge their coffers ever more at the expense of the American worker. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Dawn Myford, and this has been Here's the Deal.